Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create my Bighorn bracelet. This was named by Sleepless Loomer. I want to thank her so much for helping me choose the name. This is a monster tail design and it is reversible. This is the back side here. This design specifically has been made already on my channel, but this is the signature side of my design today, and it just so happened to come out with that look on the back. So that's pretty cool. But you will need 181 bands total. And the breakdown of that is 50 of the colored design bands in the middle. And you'll divide that 50 based on the number of colors you use. So I'm going to be using 2. So I'm going to divide 50 by 2. So I'll need 25 of each color. You'll need 50 of the gray. 56 of the clear border. And you'll also need 25 of the white cap band color on the back. You will need 1 C-clip and your hook. So go ahead and get those things ready and we can get started. To get started, you're going to want to have your monster tail ready. Make sure that you have that red dot or that little pinhole on the left side of the loom so that we're on the same side. And then choose the first color, which is going to be this opaque clear border here. I'm going to be using these glitter green bands for my border. And we're going to be starting by placing a regular cap band on this center pin here. So just wrap it around 2 times. And then we're going to grab 2 more of the same color and we're going to lay a V. So from that same center pin, go out to the left and out to the right. Push that down a little bit, and we're going to be grabbing that entire cap band and pulling it over the 2 bands we just laid, like that. So now we're going to rearrange them, and we're going to grab the top one, and we're going to carefully bring it over to this right pin and reattach it. And then this one we're going to bring to the left side. So this is what it should look like to start. We're going to be laying a lot of bands before we actually start looping. So the next color that we're going to choose is going to be all of the gray bands on this one. And I'm going to be using limited edition gold. We're going to be attaching it to this left pin, stretching it behind the center one, and then also attaching it to the right pin. So in the middle it sits behind it. Push that down, keep the gold close by or whatever color you're using. And now where all of my designs are in the middle, I used red, orange, and green. Today I'm going to alternate 2 colors. So instead of orange, I'll use dark blue. Instead of green, I'll use light blue. And I'll just be alternating 2 colors, but you can use as many colors as you would like. I'll start with my dark blue first, and I'm going to lay an upside down V. Just like this. You're going to grab whatever color you used where my gold is, and we're going to lay it exactly the same way. So we're going to connect it to the left pin, go around the back of the middle, and connect to the right. And lastly, the last color you're going to choose is going to be the color on the back of the bracelet, which is this white cap band. And I'm going to use white today. So we're going to put a double cap band or a regular cap band on the top of that upside down V. So just wrap it around 2 times, like so. So we're going to turn this monster tail around. My red dot is on the right now, and we are going to start looping. So the first thing we're going to do, and you want to be careful here because you don't want to pop this white cap band off. We're going to go into the cap band, grab the top dark blue, and this is going to go to the pin to the left. The second one is going to go to the right, like so. Turn your monster tail back around. The dot is now on my left. And this part might be a little bit tricky. So we're going to be doing an inverted stitch. We're going to go inside 2 bands. So on this left pin, you're going to move the top 2 bands out of the way. you're going to grab the third band. So I'm grabbing my third band, which is my gold, and this is going to be pulled to the pin in front like so. Now you see how this band is wanting to pop off? That does tend to want to happen sometimes, so make sure it doesn't actually come off. And then on the right side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go inside the top two bands, grabbing a hold of the third, which is my bottom gold, and bring that forward. This is what it will look like. So because of the way that we loop it, a lot of the times these two get a little bit twisted. You want to make sure that whatever color band you moved forward up here is the same color band that sits on top on these two pins. So this one is laying correctly with my gold on top, but this side is a little twisted. So I'm going to push it down a little bit, and that usually fixes it. If not, you can use your hook to make sure that the gold is sitting on top. So now that it's all in the correct position, we're going to do some looping. We're going to be looping up the second band on all four of these pins. So we'll start on this side. We'll grab the second band, loop that up, do the same on this side, turn the loom around, and we'll do the same thing on this side. We will grab the second band down and loop them up. It's the same color on all four pins that we were looping up. We're going to push that down a little bit, and now we're going to go back to our border color, which was my sparkle glitter green, and we're going to lay a straight one right there and right there. So now we're going to be looping up the second and third band on all four of those pins. Now you can do it one at a time, grabbing the second one and then the bottom, or you can grab them at the same time. It doesn't really matter which way you do that part, but make sure that you are looping both of them. Then turn it around and do the same thing on this side. So we're going to be looping the second and third up and over. Like so. I'm going to push that down a little. That was all one section, or one pattern, and we're going to start that whole process again. So to start the next section, I will always be starting with my gold, and we will bring it from the left pin around the back of the middle and onto the right one. I will now go to my pattern color, which is where I use the dark blue right here. But this time I'm going to use light blue because I'm alternating between two colors. And we're going to lay an upside down V. Push it down a little bit. And we're going to lay another gold. And we're going to lay it in the exact same way. And now remember, we also have to lay a cap band up here, but we have to do a looping step before we lay that cap band. So turn your loom around. We're going to bring up the white cap band that is on the middle pin. Just make sure that you kind of hold your finger in the middle so you don't pop those blues off. Bring up that cap band, and now we can reattach a new cap band onto that center pin. Like that. So we're going to start looping again. So we are going to go into this cap band, grab the top blue and bring it to the left. And the bottom one will go to the right. I'm going to turn it around so my dot is on the left. And we're going to do that tricky inverted stitch again. We're going to go inside the top two bands, grabbing the third, and we're going to bring this band to the pin above up here. This one is starting to pull, so I'm going to push that back onto the pin so it doesn't pop off. And now we'll do the right side. So go in the top two, grab the third band, and carefully bring that to the pin above. And this is what it's looking like. So you can see that my bands are out of order. I'm going to push it down a little bit. Whatever color you moved up here, which is my gold, needs to also be the top layer back here. So I'm going to grab this gold with my hook and make sure that it is sitting on top on both sides. Since it is, now we can go ahead and start looping. So we're going to be grabbing the second band and bringing it up and over on both of those. We will turn it around, and we will also bring up the second band on these two pins as well. We're going to grab our border. And now this time we need to remove the second and third band on all four of those pins. So I'll start right here. I'm going to grab my second and third band and carefully bring that up. Do the same on the left one. We will turn it around and do the same on this side. Grabbing the second and third band and bringing them up. So push that down and we are all ready to start the pattern again. So I'll show you that again. We're going to start with my gold. We're going to go from the left around the middle, connecting it to the right. I'm going to go back to my pattern color. So I started with my dark blue, and it's time to lay my dark blue again since I'm alternating two colors. If you wanted to do more colors like I did on this bracelet, you would grab your third color now. But I'm going to only use two, so I'm going to use my dark blue again. And I'm going to lay an upside down V. And now we have to lay another gold, exactly the same way, going from the left around the middle and to the right. We're going to turn our monster tail around. We're going to bring up the cap band that's on the center pin carefully. Grab your cap band color and we're going to put a new one on the center. And now we can start looping this section out. So we will start by going in the cap band, grabbing the top blue, bringing it to the left, grabbing the second one and bringing it to the right. We're going to turn our monster tail back around and we're going to do the inverted stitch. So we're going to go into the top two bands, grabbing the third and carefully bringing that to the pin above. And we'll do the same on the right side, going inside the top two bands, grabbing the third and bringing that forward. Because of the tension that gives, it often rearranges the order. So make sure that your gold is sitting on top. I have to fix my right one. So now that it's in the correct position, we're going to bring the second band up and over on both pins. We're going to turn our monster tail around and we're going to bring up the second band on these ones as well. So after we've done that, we need to go grab our borders again. And we're going to lay that straight across, right here, and right there. And now we're going to bring up the second and third band on all four of those pins. So we're going to grab the second and third right here, and right here. And then we'll turn it around and do the same on this side. Grabbing the second and third on both. So we're going to start that all over again, and we will start by grabbing our gold, like so. We will lay our upside down V, and I'm going to go back to my light blue now. We need to grab gold again, and lay it the exact same way. We're going to turn our loom around and flip over our cap band. Going to grab a new cap band and replace it on the center. And now we can start looping this section out. So we will start by looping the blues to the left and to the right. Like so. Turn your loom back around so the dot is on the left. And we're going to do the inverted stitch. Go inside the top 2 bands. Grab the bottom, or the third rather. Bring that forward. Go into this pin, go inside the top 2. Grab the third and bring it forward. We have to rearrange our bands to make sure they're sitting correctly, so I'm going to make sure my gold is on top. And now we're going to loop the second band up and over on all 4 of these pins. So I did those 2, and I'm going to turn it around and do these 2 as well. Like so. I'm going to grab my border, which is the last bands that we lay for the section, and we will now loop up the second and third band on each pin. Turn it around and do the same. Grab the second and third on each pin. So we're ready to start the process all over again. I'm going to do it about 2 more times, but I'm not going to give verbal instructions. You can just keep following along. Okay, so you guys are going to keep following this timestamp right here until your bracelet is long enough to fit your wrist. Once you have completed it and it is long enough to fit your wrist, you're going to end up right back here, and I'm going to show you exactly how to close it off. So what we're going to do is turn our monster tail around so that our dot is now on the right. We're going to pick up this right border band and we're going to move it and place it on the center, right on top of that white cat band. We're going to do the same to the left border. You're going to pick it up carefully and attach it to the middle. And now we are going to bring up this middle cat band. Hold on to the middle because you don't want to lose those bands. Bring the cat band up and over like so. We're now going to take this top border band and take it to its corresponding pin, and mine is coming from the left. And then this one will go towards the right, like so. I'm going to turn it around so it's a little easier to see. Push it down a little bit and grab one more border. And we are going to lay it like we were laying our gold. We're going to connect it to the left, go around the middle, and connect it to the right. And lastly, what we're going to do is bring up the second and third border band up and over on both pins. Like so. By doing that, it leaves us with one band left. We're going to pick up the right side with our hook and come down into the other pin, get that on our hook. Like so. And that is where you will attach your C-clip. So I do just want to quickly show you something that I do. Your bracelet's going to be a lot longer. But something that I do to fix my bracelet is, number one, stretch it like that. I also sometimes have to fix these center gold bands. Sometimes they don't sit how I want them to, and I usually have to change the order that they're sitting in. So for example, what I mean by that is this top gold should actually be sitting on the bottom, and it just helps it lay a little bit nicer. You guys might not care as much, but I can tell that it's not quite sitting as it should. So sometimes you have to rearrange that if it bothers you. But that is it, you guys. That is how you create my Bighorn bracelet created on the monster tail. So if you guys did like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button down below. I also want to thank Sleepless Loomer for choosing the name for me. If you guys do make this, don't forget to tag me on Instagram under Loves to Loom. I'd love to see your rendition. But that will be it for today, you guys. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.